Beautiful, beautiful couple. All right, here goes. I'll never forget the day I found out that my sister and Mark got engaged. I was home at my parents' house for the weekend, and the weekend before, myself, my fiance Steve is somewhere there, Jesse and Mark and I had gone fishing in Long Island. It wasn't the best fishing trip, but later that week, my fiance had gotten me a fishing pole, and I was so excited to tell Jesse and Mark about my fishing pole. I knew they were coming over to visit my parents that morning, and I ran down the stairs and I shouted, "Guys, I got my own fishing pole!" And that was when Jessie lifted her hand for a diamond ring, and my fishing pole was outshined by a beautiful diamond ring that day. My job and Jessie's require us to sit behind a computer all day, and early on in her engagement, we discovered GChat. So we realized we can chat all day. Our chats generally consist of wedding chatter, always wedding chatter. What I'm making Steve for dinner, what Jesse's making Mark for dinner. We're constantly in each other's heads. Gosh. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay. Anybody who knows Jessie is full of love. She has a colossal amount of love to give. Love and food. We get that from our parents. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for introducing squingeal salad and prosciutto to us as babies. Jessie and I both share a love of cooking. How often I'll come up for the weekend with my fiance, and we'll be cooking for a meal of 4, and then it turns to a meal of 10. But that's just Jessie. Always welcoming, always giving, always loving, always enjoying food. The last couple months have made me really nostalgic for my childhood with my siblings. And I think a lot of it has to do with us getting older and starting our own lives. For instance, the last couple weekends we've been trying to plan a weekend to West Point all together. But none of our schedules would work, and we just didn't do it because we wanted to go as a family. And when we were little, I was carried up to the Catskill Creek with a packed cooler, including Dad's gazpacho soup. While the Righteous Brothers cassette was on repeat, or sleigh riding at Richter Park, a Sunday at the Rhinebeck Fair, with our annual big chair photo. Beach days when Dad packed 18 Capicola sandwiches. Are you seeing the pattern of food in this family? I mean, those days we were little, and where Mom and Dad said we were going as a family, and I miss those days. But I guess the good thing about getting older is that I become so much closer to you, Pete and Lex. And even though you're my baby sister, you like to say that you're the biggest sister. Since you're my voice of reason and I go to you on advice for virtually anything. And it's true, I admire you in more ways than you know. I can't remember when it was that Mark came into our lives. I feel like you've always been a part of us. It's only ever been Jess and Mark for as far back as I can remember. Jess and Mark have so much admiration for each other. They're always rooting for one another, always boosting each other up. They love each other, but more than that, they're the biggest fans of one another's lives. For this, I know they have a strong foundation for a marriage because they're best buds. And as happy as I am for Mark to take you as his wife and start a family of your own, it's hard for me to accept that you're not my baby sister. Fighting with Pete and I over who's gonna ride in the back of the truck with the bed buddies. Sorry, Lex, you probably weren't even born yet.
I was there.
Jess, thank you for giving meaning to the word sister and sharing life with me for the last 27 years. Alexa. And so say welcome to our lab family, Mark. Thank you for always rhyming in your dance moves and keeping me over laughing in pain. Alexa, attest to this. But most importantly, thank you for being Jessie's biggest fan and loving her with all of you. I can speak for Lexi and Pete especially, and happy we are to have another brother in our family. And two sisters. I'll close with this quote. It sums up Jess and Mark to me. Anybody can be passionate, but it takes real lovers to be silly. May you always be the greatest fans of one another's lives. Cheers.
Oh, those Chev hate shit. Cheers, cheers. Oh, my bad.
Are you kidding me?
All right, friends and family. Next up, your best man, GL.
Oh God, good luck.
I can't do it. I can't. Don't make me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
I thought about that. I'm gonna try and make this as painless as possible for all of us. It's an honor to be up here tonight in front of everybody. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out to celebrate these two awesome people. I'd also like to thank Mrs. and Mr. Allegretta for hosting this wonderful evening, and the bridesmaids and groomsmen. You guys look terrific tonight.
Woo!
I've known Mark since the get-go. I don't remember too much of the early days. From seeing pictures and hearing stories, I know that we had a great time growing up. From playing in the yard to building couch forts and playing video games to Nerf gun wars and paintball games to playing sports in high school to crazy punk rock haircuts. Riding motorcycles and jumping out of airplanes and all the crazy stuff in between. I remember when Mark and Jess first got together, we were hanging out one night, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, Jess is an amazing girl, and Mark is an idiot if he screws this one up. Over the years, I have been in awe at the bond and connection they have formed together. And it is this bond that inspires me to find something like what they have. Phone's going.
GL.
I don't think I heard one off.
Mark, I'm so proud of you and all that you have accomplished so far in life. I am so excited and happy to see where this next chapter brings you and Jess. I'd like everybody to raise their glasses. To Mark and Jess, I wish you guys love, laughter, adventure, and happiness.
Salud.
Am I going to be the obnoxious one?
Do it.
Big round of applause, friends, family. Big round of